The battlefield of Kurukshetra was blood-stained. Amidst the sounds of conch shells, the cries of elephants and horses, and the shouts of warriors, the world's two greatest archers, Arjuna and Karna, stood face to face. On Arjuna's chariot, Lord Krishna himself, the master of the universe, was the charioteer. On the flag of the chariot, Lord Hanuman, the son of the wind, was present. When Arjuna aimed his Gandiva bow, loaded it with celestial weapons, divyastras, and released them at Karna's chariot, the intensity of the arrows pushed Karna's chariot back by hundreds of feet. Seeing this, Arjuna felt proud of his own strength. But when Karna shot his arrows in return, Arjuna's chariot moved back by only 7 feet. Surprisingly, every time the chariot moved back 7 feet after being hit by Karna's arrows, the charioteer, Lord Krishna, filled with admiration in his eyes, would praise him from his heart, saying, "What a great warrior this Karna is." Krishna would remain silent when Karna's chariot was pushed back for miles by Arjuna's arrows. When this repeated many times, Arjuna could not hold back. The deep-seated ego and confusion within him awakened together. With restlessness and a hint of displeasure in his voice, Arjuna said to Krishna, "O Vasudeva! Why are you so biased? Karna's chariot goes so far back due to the power of my arrows, yet you remain silent. But when our chariot moves back only 7 feet by Karna's arrows, you hail him as a great warrior. What is the reason for this?" Lord Krishna, casting his characteristic charming smile, turned toward Arjuna and calmly replied, "O Partha! You only see the movement of the chariot, not the power behind it. Even with the world's most powerful warrior, Hanuman, on the flag, and me as your charioteer, if Karna's arrows can push us back 7 feet, imagine the extent of his power. If both of us were not on this chariot, your chariot would have been shattered into pieces, crossing the boundaries of this universe with Karna's very first arrow." Arjuna realized the truth upon hearing Krishna's words. Although he bowed his head in silence, the small particle of ego, "I am the greatest archer," that remained in a corner of his mind had not yet fully dissolved. Days passed, and the war reached its conclusion. It was the evening of the final day of the Mahabharata war. Usually, every day after the battle ended, Krishna, the charioteer, would get down first and open the door for Arjuna with respect. But that day, Krishna did not do so. Krishna sat on the chariot and commanded Arjuna in a serious tone, "Arjuna, you get down from the chariot first today. Get down, take your bow, and walk far away from the chariot. Do not look back until I tell you to." Though surprised, Arjuna did not disobey Krishna and got down from the chariot and walked a distance away. As soon as Arjuna reached a safe distance, Krishna signaled Hanuman to leave the chariot. The moment Hanuman vanished from the flag, Lord Krishna also jumped down from the chariot. The moment Krishna stepped his foot off the chariot, the entire chariot suddenly caught fire with terrifying flames. In just a few moments, that magnificent chariot turned into a heap of ashes. Seeing this, Arjuna was stunned. "Krishna! What is this miracle? How could our invincible chariot turn to ashes in a mere moment?" he asked. Then Krishna said gravely, "Arjuna, this chariot of yours had burned to ashes long ago due to the intensity of the divine weapons released by Bhishma, Drona, Kripakarya, and Karna. However, to protect you, I had created a Sankalpa Ratha, chariot of will, through my yogic power and held it together. Now the war is over, and your mission is accomplished, therefore, I withdrew my resolve." The chariot returned to its original state. Hearing these words, Arjuna felt as if the earth had split open and he had fallen into the abyss. Tears flowed like a river. The fortress of ego, believing he had won and survived the battlefield through his own strength, crumbled into dust.